This Labor Day weekend marks my husband's and my 22nd wedding anniversary, and as a rare treat, we decided to take a short trip to the Joslin Art Museum in Omaha, Nebraska to catch the exhibition Renoir to Chagall, Paris and the Lure of Color. The exhibit showcased 55 impressionistic masterpieces from the renowned collection of the Dixon Gallery and Gardens in Memphis, Tennessee. It was the last weekend for the show, and we were anticipating experiencing some original work with ARTitude, and it was a perfect excuse to get away for the long weekend. I'm Michelle Levan, the artist, coming to you from the ArtPrintExpress.com studio, and I would like to explore the concept of Impressionism and the roots of modern art as we know it, and how that legacy continues today. Nothing seems more romantic or filled with ARTitude than the idea of Paris in the 19th century, which became the center of the art world, inspiring some of the greatest impressionistic painters such as Monet, Renoir, Cézanne, and Chagall. These artists forged the way for many painters of today by painting en plein air, which is a fancy way of saying painted outside of the studio, capturing the effects of natural light, mixing their paint directly on the canvas in bold color and exacting strokes. They were criticized by their colleagues for turning away from tradition of disciplined subjects and controlled settings to drawing our attention to light, color, and atmosphere. These initiators of modern art define the romantic consideration of life being represented as life as being lived, rather than the perfection of the traditional style. As I studied these pieces, my breath was taken away. The strokes and the use of color were awe-inspiring. The capturing of the moment and the light kept you just looking at them. I found myself being drawn in to see the detail of the seemingly disjointed brushstrokes, and then stepping back to see the image in its entirety, as the distance would make the image come into focus. This is the nature of capturing the impression of the moment in a painting. As I walked through and studied each piece, it dawned on me that there wasn't a piece in the entire show that I can even dream of being able to afford. As that thought passed through my mind, it dawned on me that most of the art I work with from local area Kansas artists are just as impressive and awe-inspiring in brushstroke and in color as the masterpieces that were hung right there in front of me, and that these modern artists spoke to me with recognizable subjects and life as I was living today. I suddenly came to the realization that what I was witnessing was the beginning of something fantastic, which has inspired millions of artists for centuries to also capture life as it is lived in light and color. On top of that, I had the daily privilege to personally handle, document, and reproduce fantastic art with the same ARTitude as the masters hung at the Joslin Art Museum that very day. It was a moment of clarity, and I want to share it with you. That if given a chance, that the Kansas artists that I represent on ArtPrintExpress.com can bring that same muse with a vision that comes from today's world, that is relevant to the life you live today and has a connection to what can be experienced now and be made historic. We all pass on our beautiful history, and the significance of what is being created today is just as important and awe-inspiring as what has been created a century ago. If you are curious about what you might discover from today's living artists who create work with impressionistic, life-celebrating styles, go over to ArtPrintExpress.com right now and discover artists who are documenting life as it is lived today. You can even collect quality fine art prints of these contemporary artists that will last you a lifetime. If you have found this information inspiring, please share this video with your friends. And until next time, may your life be filled with ARTitude.